Hiya, pals! Hi, pals, and welcome to the Disneyland Paris Show. Here's your hosts, Lucie, Chris, and Hugh. Gosh. And now, Disneyland Paris news.
What are you doing?
Get a handle on this.
What a surprise.
Say more cheese, Gromit. Getting the royal treatment.
Mum overboard. Hello, Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. Do you notice the way I'm just kind of carrying on as if this hasn't already
I do.
Lucy's quiet again.
Yes, she is. Keep going. Oh,
happened?
It's the same thing that happened last time.
Is that my job?
no, it's not your
No.
job. Sorry,
Okay.
it's my job. I failed.
It's a good job because I've been talking too much anyway. Hey there, hi there, ho there, Disney fans, and welcome to another Disneyland Paris show. I'm Lucy, this is Chris, this is Hugh if you've not been
Hello.
here before.
Hello.
Finally, the wind has stopped up here in West Yorkshire, and so we're not being beaten down on the French windows. We're not worrying for the life of our wheelie bins. It's been still and mild all day, and I've been trapped inside. I need some daylight, guys. Anyway, how are you doing? How are you both doing?
All right.
There was some daylight in between you saying that and us answering, wasn't there? There was a bit of a gap there.
I'm a bit fed up of making stupid technical blunders. I'll say that for nothing.
I think you can quite easily cut that little chunk out.
Oh, I'm not faffing with it. You
Do you know,
guys listening to the podcast, you're stuck with that
So-
gap at the start.
Lucy's mic wasn't in, but she started talking immediately rather than waiting for the bongs and the news. So you might, because her mic wasn't plugged in, you probably just heard us at the start of the show just going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?
Play that.
What are you doing?" But so you maybe you didn't hear Lucy going, "Hey there, hi there, ho." Then we'll go, "Whoa, whoa, 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 what are you doing? What are you doing?"
Do you want to know what my news was, guys, if you couldn't hear
Oh,
me?
yeah, please.
I
Yes.
said, what a surprise, and Mum overboard. That's important because we're about to play in the Guess the Headlines game today.
playing.
Oh, yeah.
Hence them being a little bit
I
cryptic.
like that game.
Ooh.
Yeah. Cool. But before we get into playing that kind of thing, do you want to see who's here in the chat?
Yes.
That's the wrong button. Oh, it's all going to pot.
Who are they?
You have a week off.
Should we start again?
All aboard. Now, first in the chat was Kiva, who says, "No, it wasn't." Scroll up. It was Aaron. "Hey, everyone. Sorting my bedroom out and didn't realise just how much Disney merch I have." Well, there's no need to brag, Aaron.
Welcome back, Aaron, as well. I don't
Hello,
think I had
Aaron.
you last week or the week before, perhaps.
Recently, yeah. Or maybe they stopped by and said, I can't stop.
I think
Can't stop.
they did say that 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
potentially.
Let's start with this one. Says, "Hey everyone, can't wait for the show this week. Can we start by all agreeing that the new Beauty and the Beast restaurant in the hotel looks incredible? Can we agree?"
We can agree, but we can't start with that because we need to start by having lots of technical mess ups. I think that's the way to go, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we can do that second.
I can't agree, unfortunately, because I haven't seen it. Hello to John, who says, "Hey everyone, getting so excited for my DLP visit in 36 days. Hope everyone's had a good week." Telling you, this is the time what you like. We're gonna have a clutch of trip reports coming in because everyone's going. Gareth Pierce is here, as is Anne, with 11 days to go.
11.
The Dunn family. This time next week, we will be watching this in our DLP Hotel Marvel.
Oh, and you'll still be watching us. I feel so honoured.
Yeah.
It's extra special when you watch us in Disney.
It is.
Emily says, "Evening all. This week saw the wall to our new utility and playroom go up. Can't wait to put up the Ratatouille and Disney Park posters we bought in December.
Nice.
I'll
Yay.
post them on Facebook when it's all in."
Really tie the room together.
Have you heard how Americans say Ratatouille?
Is it rat at will?
I've seen it so many times. It's not all of them, but I've seen a great deal of them say Ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
They say ratatouille.
As in, like...
Ratatouille.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
We say
Ratatouille.
ratatouille. They say ratatouille.
Ratatouille.
Ratatouille. Like that.
Ratatouille.
Yeah.
I like your commitment in you've got so much Disney merch that you build a new wall to put it up
It's
on.
no good. We're going to have to put a
Because
divider in.
I can't buy any more Loungefly backpacks because I've got 5 like hooks on a suite wall with 5 Loungeflies on it, and now there's nowhere to put a 6th Loungefly, so I can't have one. And don't think it hadn't occurred to me to build a new wall.
Make a wall from the bags.
Ooh.
I'm close to that. I'm close.
Emily is in love with the Tangled suite at the Disneyland Hotel video because she's been watching them all week.
Ooh.
Hello to Mercedes. Hey, gang. This is Mercedes from the famous Chat Disney, who says, hey, gang, super early, but determined not to miss the live tonight. 10 days until our DLP trip. Now, I'm glad because I keep sort of seeing reels and things at Mercedes, and I think, have they been? Have they already been? But you haven't been yet.
It's your first time going as a Mama Mercedes as well, isn't it?
Yeah, we're staying at the Disneyland Hotel, my first time. And
too jealous.
My mum still has no idea.
You've kept that one quiet.
She thinks we're staying at Sequoia Lodge. Oh.
What if she's disappointed?
Hey, well, yeah,
you know what? When someone's like visualising themselves in front of the fire.
It just won't do.
And then they're like, oh, looking forward to that walk.
Well, don't put doubt in Mercedes' mind. She's looking forward to surprising her.
Well, she was.
Yeah. I'm presuming that's Sequoia Lodge, SQL. What else could that be?
Well, that's a database language, isn't it? Interesting.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's Sequoia Lodge.
Kerry is going in 13 days. Bonnie is here.
Well, there's a lot of people going in under 2 weeks' time then, isn't there?
I thought you were going to say Bonnie's going in 14 days, and I was like,
She
without
wishes.
us.
Bonnie's just left, door slams.
Kerry wants to hear people's experiences using the digital Magic Pass with their phones. Do we still have to check in at reception if it opens our room?
Now, hang on. The opening the room was delayed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was meant to roll out this week, but I think it's like the 1st of February or something. I don't take my word for that. I know it's kind of been delayed by a couple of weeks.
It's not all hotels either, is it?
It's New York and Disneyland Hotel. But I think if you're staying at the Disneyland Hotel, you can now use it at the gate. But that's going to be like one batch of people. So good luck if there's anyone in the chat today who's checked into the Disneyland Hotel on Thursday and has used it at the gate. But we'd love to know.
Do you know what we love? Testing of technical stuff for the first time, because it always runs smoothly. I'm sure it won't be at all like Lime Bertie, and it's all going to work.
Oh, you average 37 Disney Street podcast. Yeah.
Well, yeah. All right.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Hello, we got Jimmy in the house waving a big pink hand, as is Andrew saying, hey, anything interesting happened this week?
No, Andrew,
What,
nothing.
in Disney or to us?
Well,
Life.
he's been sarcastic, I believe, about the hotel opening. Hello to Lauren, who says hi. And who else we got? Lauren says, 1 year today until Walt Disney World for us. First ever time, hoping to go back to DLP once our finances recover and Frozen Land opens. That should be enough time, I think.
You did a real kind of Yorkshire Pee Wee Herman thing then, when you said the hotel opening. Your voice changed. It was a bit weird.
I'm just looking how many days it is till we go to Walt Disney World.
I'm gonna read the next few messages in the style of Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, yes, do it.
Lucy says,
goodbye, OG Country Bears Jamboree. Wits Wanderlust is here, and we've got Michelle. 23 days till DLP, and we're nearly at the end, so we might as well finish. We've got Lisa and Ed, and who is Nate? And Lucy says can't hear Lucy. I'm presuming that was earlier.
That was earlier.
That's Bonnie.
Oh, good. Sorry, I mean Bonnie. And we've got Tanya again. Hi from Switzerland. Started working on the granny squares. More on that later.
Ooh.
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe that was everyone. Hello, Sugar Sweet Samantha, a.k.a. Sugar Sweet Mama.
I've got a couple of trip reports today as well. So we
It's
can go
going to
through
be a
those later on.
jam-packed
We
show.
better crack on then.
I know.
Let's do some news, quick.
Do you want to get some news?
Yes.
Go on
Let's start. Because I kind of enjoy doing these guess the news things.
Yeah.
Some of these are very small pieces of news, and it's really whether you've been scrolling Disney Twitter this
I've
week
not
or
been
not.
in touch at all with Twitter this week.
You
Sorry, X.
have because you commented on one of these.
Did I? That's
Yes.
interesting.
Liar!
Did I indeed?
Get a handle on this. Anybody?
Is it a pun on the composer?
No.
Because I've just done one of those for the Beano.
Oh God! I've just realised how ridiculously
What
small
are you doing
this
in that
people-
piano? Haydn.
Oh, I didn't do that one. That's a good one.
That's a Victor Borger joke.
I deemed this worthy of being news mainly on the basis that I saw about 2 or 3 Disney influencer people commenting on it online and then other people retweeting it. And I thought, my God, Disney people will talk about anything.
Get a handle on it.
Get a handle on this.
There's new handles
So,
There's new handles
on the doors
on the doors
of the Disneyland.
No,
No, of the
of Studio One.
Oh,
okay.
There's exactly. So there used to be like the horizontal push things.
Studio One that's about to shut for a very long time has new door handles on it.
Yes.
So that they can open the doors that are going to be shut because people can't go in there. Isn't this a bit premature?
It's odd, isn't it?
Really odd.
But there used to be like the horizontal handles so that you could push like that. And now they are vertical handles. And
They're just the same ones, but they've twisted them.
the comments were, oh, you see Disney details going and is less ornate. Look at Disney always going for the least imaginative thing. And then someone else said, hang on, they've done it like that because that's how the handles are in Burbank, California. And the original ones were meant to be like a cinema. And now they're changing their theme. They've decided that's more relevant. And I'm like, really? I'm going to show you these handles.
Well.
I might not show.
You
Well,
can.
no, I will
I'll
show
zoom,
people.
I'll zoom in on you and you can
Okay.
you can do just that. How's
Give
that
me
sound?
a second.
I'll give you a second.
So, I mean, this is bottom level news, guys.
where are you getting these pictures from, Lucy?
I am getting
Let me
them
guess.
from.
D.
The DLP report.
I am, but there was other people as well. It's just that it's quickest to get to them because I have them.
Oh, is that one of the things I commented on, by the way?
No. Oh, hang on.
No, not this. A DLP report post.
We're the biggest advertisers of the DLP
I know.
report. I hope they appreciate it and don't hate us.
No, hang on. This isn't DLP
Probably not
report.
heard of us.
This
Ooh,
is
what?
this is DLP works.
DLP works. Twitter.
So
There you go.
Put it on there.
Right, you can put it on there if you want to.
Listeners, there is the close-up cam.
Close-up cam.
We're looking at the handles now.
I believe
It's not showing. No, it's not picking it up. It's not working.
Okay,
The close-up cam is not working. I repeat, not working.
that's
No,
odd.
Was it pointing up?
No. It's just
Oh, okay.
it's just not working. It was showing it on the actual camera. It showed
Okay.
it just didn't show on the screen.
So those are the doors of the animation building, I believe, in Burbank
Okay.
with the horizontal things. Are you excited about this? And that's how they used
I
to
can
be.
hardly contain my excitement right now.
This is the side of Studio One now have vertical handles, and this is apparently making people cross.
Yeah, I get that.
So, I know, Chris, I know.
The fact
But
that it's
once-
making people cross is making me cross.
I know. Thing is, I'm well aware that this is not the most newsworthy news. However, I fell down this rabbit hole today, and all of a sudden, I found myself interested in researching it, and I thought, my God, I've been in this rabbit hole so long, I have to put it on the news now.
My kitchen cabinets have handles very similar to that.
Well, there are many people in the Disney community, Chris, who would call them unimaginative. So I hope that you're happy living with that.
I mean, that is true.
No, I would say my kitchen is pretty unimaginative. Do we agree with that? Yeah. Yes, I think we do.
It's a nice kitchen.
It's
Not
alright.
like a fantasy extravaganza.
It's all cream.
But
It's like really plain dull
But it's
cream.
nice.
Anyway,
Oh,
go and enjoy your
and-
handles.
and then I think
I think we can get 10 more minutes
think-
out of this, don't you?
Joey's just mentioned us in it to get us a better picture. Oh, there.
Look at this. This is.
We've actually been tagged in this. We recognise this has been set.
There
Thank
you go,
you,
Lucie. Do I
Joey.
need to zoom in again? So you can see it.
If
so
you
can do it.
like.
Shall I? I can get a bit closer. It looks like there's someone's face.
Thank you.
Like creeping in there. There we go.
Oh dear. So
There we go.
I'm actually
if
bored
you are
now.
if you are new to this podcast, I want you to know that we do deal with bigger issues than this. However, you also need to know that if you are going to
What, like balustrades on staircases?
Toilets.
if you are going to fall in with proper Disney's, this is the kind of thing you end up talking about.
Especially on a slow news week like this week.
It's not a slow news week. I just enjoyed it. That was my rabbit hole afternoon.
I like it.
I was killing time at work today. That's what I was doing. Right. What a surprise.
What a surprise. They
They've done something surprising that no one was expecting.
Tigger jumped out on someone and they collapsed and had to be taken for some help.
It's something that we can no longer access, but we hope we can in the future.
Oh, it's the annual pass surprise, whatever they call pop-up surprises.
Pop-up surprise, annual
Pop-up
pass pop-up
surprises.
surprise is back for a limited period. Yesterday we had Elsa in the outfit from the end of Frozen 2 where her hair comes down and she rides the horse. Tell me the song. You know the one I mean.
Show yourself.
Show yourself.
There we
She's
go.
in the show
Took a while.
yourself outfit.
From when she goes like that. Like that.
Yeah.
And I go, oh.
So
Yeah, there's a bit where she cries and it makes me and Chris cry.
She doesn't cry, she
It's-
almost cries.
It's a laugh cry. She goes, and for some reason it really catches me and Chris off guard. And whenever we see it, we go,
Because she literally chokes. she like chokes on herself.
I don't know what it is.
It's just beautiful. It's beautiful
Aw.
animation.
you girls.
Check it out. Check it out. That is why that is a better film than Frozen. Or one of the many reasons why that's a better film
Oh,
than
there's
Frozen.
many reasons.
Many reasons.
why that's Frozen 2 is better than Frozen. But Frozen 2, show yourself, Elsa.
Show
And
yourself, Elsa.
sure you sen. Sure you sen.
It sounds
Toulouse.
like a doll, doesn't it?
Toulouse
Show
from the
yourself, Elsa.
Aristocats. And then the day before that, it was Queen Anna in her green and Berlioz. So that's exciting.
Nice,
so
yeah.
so these are rare meet and greets that you can only see if you're an annual pass holder. I believe they are taking place in the annual pass holder's office.
Oh.
And they are pop-up surprises because they do them for a limited period every so often, just to justify the eye-watering price that you pay.
Oh, that's a very negative way of putting it, isn't it?
No!
It's a perk for the new annual passes.
It's a
one of the
perk.
new perks for the new annual passes. They didn't exist before, but it does exist
their
now.
way of giving back.
Yeah. Getting your value for money.
It's their way of giving with their left hand as they take ferociously with the right. Oh, I'm in one of those moods. Say more cheese. This is what you commented on.
The price of photo passes has gone up by €10.
So what I did there was I took the saying "say cheese,"
Mm-hmm.
but I also took the thing that cheese can mean money, and I put "say more cheese."
Am
Did
I
you
the
like
only
it?
one who was really hopeful that there was going to be more cheese?
Laughing cow?
Yeah, a bit more laughing cow around the place. Because laughing cow's kind of disappeared. It probably hasn't gone, but it's not talked about anymore, is it?
They haven't come up with any more vegetable cheese-based snacks recently. No,
Yeah, I did comment on this, mainly because
you were defending it.
DLP report were being really snarky when they reported this.
Every so often they have
Yeah.
a bit of lemon, don't they?
Like they basically said, well, it makes it even less worthwhile getting one now. And then loads of people were commenting saying, well, we always get value out of it.
No, so what they've done, I want to clarify this because as soon as I read this I checked as well to make sure this was true, and then I was like, well, that's fine. We discussed PhotoPass last week, if you remember.
Did you?
We did, and I said it's a shame Chris isn't here because he has feelings. But
I didn't have any feelings.
the thing is that it was €75, and it included all your photos. But if you went to Avengers and got the action shots,
Yeah.
it wasn't included in the price, and you had to pay an extra €15. We were caught out by that because we got PhotoPass and then were surprised to find you couldn't get it, and we're like, what? And then I know loads of other people have been. What they've done is they've increased the price by €10, but now all shots, your action shots, your specialist shots, those kind of video zoom in and zoom out shots, all your shots are now included in the PhotoPass. So I think it makes it simpler. And if they were going to do that, they really did have to bump the price slightly, didn't they?
I mean, they didn't have to.
No,
but-
they didn't. They didn't
but
have
yeah.
to. But the fact that they're saving you €15 on that photo that you might have got and including it.
The price has been around between 60 70 for a long time anyway. So I think the fact that they've hiked it up by €10 isn't a massive surprise. But Sugar Seat Samantha says it's still €60 online. I know when we got ours, we got it as part of the package, and it's cheaper than if you buy it when you get there. So it's always worth looking at that as well. But if all you're going to use it for is to get pictures of you on the rides, it's not worth having. If you're going to do a load of meet and greets, this is what I said in the post, isn't it? If you're going to do a load of meet and greets, it's worth having it because you're going to get a load of pictures that you're going to treasure. Honestly and truthfully, every single one of the professional shots that we've had taken, the 3 trips that we've been, have been absolutely brilliant, and we love them. And for us, it's absolutely worth it just for that. You'd pay 15, 20 euros for one picture printed out, not even a digital file of it, if you're going to go and buy them individually. So if you're going to have 2, 3 of those, it's absolutely worth it.
There are other things to consider with the price as well, like how long your holiday is, because I think if you're going for a 4 or 5 day full family holiday, worth it. But some people might go to Disneyland Paris for a day or a day and a half or 2 days, in which case maybe not. I'm just kind of thinking per picture and per experience that you might get. I think it's a really, is it worth it to you situation.
It is, and you need to have a bit of a think about it and decide whether it's best for you or not. What I will say is the magic shots that have turned up over the last year and a half or so are great. Mine's still my Facebook profile from when we went. I love that picture, and for that, I do think personally I think it's worth it if you know you're going to get the pictures. But you've got to go and have a look, see whether it's right for you or not. If you think it is right for you, try and buy it in advance because it is cheaper. If you're not sure, you can still get a card from one of the photographers and decide whether you want to buy it at the end of your holiday before you leave, and then do it.
And
just keep using
to
the same
me,
paper
it's
card
more worth it now. It's got the action shots in, because
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
without doubt. If you're
really
gonna do them.
disappointed when we didn't get those, and I was not willing to pay additional for
Yeah.
it. So even though they've bumped up the price to allow for it, I'm more likely to get it because I never like this nickel and diming where it goes up, bits on bits on bits. I like everything to just be in one go.
Yeah, agreed.
Cool. Right,
Cool.
so that's your
Cool.
say more cheese. Do you want to talk drinks?
I would love to talk drinks because I'm quite thirsty.
Did I mention Charlotte when I did roll call? I feel like I didn't say Charlotte's, but I don't know.
I can't remember. Do you want to do it now?
Hello if I didn't. I was just looking for the chat because Shannon says happy birthday Eva, but I couldn't find.
Oh, do I need to play a birthday jingle?
I don't know. Is there someone's birthday? Have I missed something? Do let us know.
Someone post it in again. If you post it in again, then we can do some birthday jingling. I could do one for Ollie anyway, but because it's his birthday tomorrow.
Oh, it is, yeah.
He's 7 years old. Nuts, absolutely nuts. But shall we drink?
Yes.
Hey, ole, it's showtime.
All together.
In your tiki cup, in your tiki cup. Well, you made yourself a beverage, now drink it up from your tiki cup.
I said to Chris before we started, do you want a ginger beer? And he went, ooh. So that's what we're having.
You've already poured yours. I haven't.
I'm having a cherries and berries in
You've not using your bottle.
in my strawberry thing. I'm not using the bottle because Hugh made it and he likes me to use this. But as he was making it, I went, that's going to be too strong. And you know what? It's absolutely perfect. Well done, Hugh.
Yep. Well, I compensated by filling it up right to the top just because she said it was going to be too strong. I thought, I'll show you.
To the brim.
I'll show you and I'll make it just right. Then you'll see. Then you'll all see.
That's pleasant.
It is, isn't it? A nice ginger beer.
Got a bite to it.
Tanya has just said, I'm planning our next trip but haven't booked anything yet. How long advance do I have to book? Latest, what do you think? If you're booking packages through DLP, the further in advance you get, the better the offers are. They keep putting different offers on, like they might do a 25% off and then they'll do a get 2 nights free if you do this, and then they'll do a free dining. But generally, if you work it out pound for pound, they get worse. Or they get less good.
Yeah. You can
Basically.
only book up to like early next year, sort of May time maybe at the moment, and usually the following year comes out around Halloween time. Is it end of the summer? Is it end of the summer it comes out? When they
I know they drop a
basically
batch
drop
like
a load.
April usually, because
Right,
I know
okay.
I've booked in it, but that's not for like the full year. That'll be
can't-
up to, I don't know.
I can't remember exactly how it works, but if you go on the DLP website or a broker, we use Magic Breaks whenever we've done it. I don't know why. I just did it once, and now we always go there. then it'll tell you how far ahead, and it'll tell you if the tickets aren't on sale yet as well for future dates.
But just if you're saying what's the latest you can book, I'm very thrilled by the idea of last minute holidays, to be honest. I don't think there's any that's too late, there's no point booking now. However, it will get more expensive.
Well, yeah, Faye said, luckily we booked for next year 2 weeks ago, and the prices have already gone up £400.
Well, I'm just sharing this with you for the first time. We're going to London on the 10th of March.
I thought you were going to say, we're going to DLP.
No.
Are we?
We're going to London on the 10th of
You always
March,
find out on
and
the
I
show.
looked at the price of the trains on Thursday night, and they were a certain amount, and I thought we just need to check that my mum and dad can have Bonnie, blah, blah, blah. Went on to book them today, and they've gone up £25
Boo.
in 4 days.
Boo.
So I think it's a general travel rule, isn't it, that the sooner you book, the better.
Well, train tickets, it's
basically.
12 weeks before is the
That's as far as you can go, I know.
yeah, but no, they can cost a lot of money, and then there's a specific point you can actually trigger an alert online somewhere, because Laura did it when we all went to Edinburgh, and at this very specific point in time, they release a lot of cheap tickets, and that's when you get in cheap, and then literally within a week
It'll go back up again.
Yeah.
We booked to Newport Bay for the 24th 2 months ago, and it's now €500 more.
Woof.
Yep. I've seen this happen.
Bonnie just says map, so I'm going to go get the map.
Oh yeah, I've also seen like when we do Disney World things, because they only release so many rooms. Like, let's say you're doing Caribbean Beach and you want free dining, they'll only put like 25% of the rooms into that offer, and they can just sell out. Like, the offer can just disappear, and that means that it shoots up $1,000 if the offer disappears. That's what caused me to book a 2-week holiday to Caribbean Beach, and then like tell Hugh when he got home from work, because I was so scared of things selling out. I just booked it, and then we're going to Disney World next year. Are we?
And I rolled my eyes and pulled my wallet out.
Oh, he did no such thing. I paid for it all.
And I'm just joking. Right, should we find out? Let's scratch someone off the map, shall we?
Ooh.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Let's do that now.
First person who tells us there's somewhere not from. Oh, are you going to go off your list?
Yes.
Okay, go off your list.
Today we're going to India.
Ooh, you might have to move your head to be able to manage it.
India.
India.
Have we had a listener in India? I don't remember that. Are we scratching off all of India?
Yes.
What? That's good. That'll make
Better get the 50p coin for that one.
I know, it's all right, I've got long nails. I'm just trying to make sure I get the border with Pakistan clean. Can
So,
people hear me?
not particularly well, I would imagine. They can't hear you that well. She just said that she's going to use a nail, if you didn't hear that, everybody. And just trying to make sure the border is clean.
Well, it's quite a lot to do.
We should commentate on this.
Should we do something else?
So,
Yeah, you talk about something else.
what would you like to talk about, Hugh? What's that you've got over there?
Oh,
Oh!
I accidentally scratched off part of Bangladesh. I'm sorry about that.
Lucy got me these #not-sponsored Wiltshire Chili Farm hot sauces. I had a chili jam, and I got this. It's called Firemite, and it's Marmite. It's like a sauce. It's quite, it's quite loose. Do you know what? Flying in the face of the slogan, you either love it or that you hate it, I'm quite indifferent to Marmite, which, as Lucy will attest, is typical me, being awkward. But you're going to have it now, Chris, with a cracker.
Am I just dipping
He's
it in the
such a
jar? 'Cause I'm
contrarian,
worried about
honestly.
contamination.
It'll be fine. Do you know what? I don't like it well enough to finish the whole thing, so
Right.
you can contaminate it if you like.
Right.
But I will have some as well with you. Anyway, what's the next bit of news?
Okay, there's only...
Need to be in the microphone to say it.
Mum overboard.
Oh, right. Well, we know what this is.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Now-
oh, my word.
Well, I like it because it kind of goes both ways, because this is the lady who was pulling some... The Small World ride had stopped, and there was a lady pulling some kids off the boat, which we assume is the mother. But what I like about the word overboard is she was kind of going over the top as well at the same time. Now, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. It's very unlike me, but I want to think she's got some kids with her. They've been maybe stuck on this ride for quite a while, and for some reason she's had to get the kids off. So she's passing the kids over, and they basically just walk off,
Yeah.
across the. They appear to be. Are they towards the end of the ride?
Yeah, they're in the
the
white room,
golden white
Yeah.
room, yeah.
And then they just walk off that way.
There's no context around it. So
No.
I was thinking, did one of them need the toilet? Because also she's quite calm. It's not like hips and japes, you know. If it was some young teeny people having a laugh, she just seems to be in very mum mode.
Well,
know
there was
what
a
I
bit
mean?
where when the announcer was telling them to stay in the boat, and she kind of claps back. So there's a good reason, I think.
But also, don't do that, guys.
But is
for
the reason
many reasons.
is the reason good enough to be climbing off the boat? Because she's in the water. It's dangerous. You don't know what's in there. If the boat starts again, you don't know what's going to get caught.
What if she's
No.
got verrucas and she's just like put them in there? So next time someone goes in there, they then catch her verrucas.
Oh, nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Um,
mean, like the instinct is to go, what is she doing? What a fool! You shouldn't do that. Stupid and dangerous. But I'm thinking, there's got to be a good reason. Unless she was just massively impatient.
It was very, and also Small World's one of those rides that if it breaks down, you're not stuck there for like half an hour like you might be on something like Space Mountain.
No.
It tends to be a wheelchair is getting put on, or there's a bit of something going on there, and you stop for a few minutes and then you move, and it's so easy to walk people off if that's not the case. I don't know what was going on, but also people, don't be that guy. Don't be that girl.
Yeah, don't
Be that person.
Go about person.
There were people I saw evacuated from the Incredicoaster at like up the top of one of the climbs this week, and it was pitch black in the night as well, and they had to
Ooh.
walk down those ladders to get back down. And I think there's a lot of people kind of some of them were quite free and laughing about it, but on Twitter they were saying it was actually really quite harrowing experience.
What's
for a number
that?
of people. The Incredicoaster in California.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, that would be awful.
Yeah, I can't imagine having to like literally walk down one of those hills on
No.
steel ladders.
That would finish me off. That would absolutely finish me off. I'm terrified of heights. Someone's saying that she was shouting that she'd miss her train. That's possible. I mean, you see, here's the thing. Lucie always wants to squeeze in one more ride, and Hugh's always like, we've only got 40 minutes. And I'm like, 40 minutes is nothing, Hugh. Come on, we can get on Small World in 40 minutes. So maybe that is the case.
And did she miss a train after after the authorities had got hold of her and she
At least we've
been
got some-
banned from the park for the foreseeable future?
At least we've got some context.
Mm.
So now we can decide whether or not we think she was a silly idiot.
Well, I think we all agree she was a little bit of a silly idiot.
Yeah,
But
I don't think the jury's out on that, are they?
no. It's
You don't do that.
No.
I'd rather miss a train than get off a ride and walk off through the ride.
I thought when I first saw her passing her kids over, I thought she was doing that thing that people have done in the past where they want to take a photo of the kids stood in front of the carousel. And I was like, absolute swear word. But no, it didn't quite look that idiotic.
Where was she going to go? Or where did she go? What happened?
You asking me
happened
to
next?
I bet you can
rationalise
soon
the
find a door.
irrational.
That's what I want to know what happened
Behind one of them fake bushes.
Dirty protest.
But do you know what? I'm enjoying this
Thanks.
Marmite sauce more than I was earlier in the week.
It's pretty pleasant. It's
Maybe
alright.
a little bit of Disney chat kind of sweetens any meal.
Could be. It's not as intense as your standard Marmite. It's quite hot though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good 3.5, 4 chilies.
Yeah, I would say yeah. But I'm
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. I'm dipping in it like it's not, and that's most definitely affecting me. I've got a massive dribble there.
Okay. Well, now that both of you have got burning mouths, final piece of news.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the royal treatment. What's this about?
Uh,
Did something happen this week?
It's just something to do with like a castle or a hotel or something. I can't remember now.
Oh, you're close
In,
with hotel, Hugh. How did you know? Yes, it's true. The Disneyland Hotel opened this Thursday.
Did it?
It did. We've already had chat in the chat
One person
all
was
about it.
One person was heard to be saying it was dead good.
I do my like show notes in bullet points underneath the news to get everything to show you, and I literally have over 20 bullet points about this. Just things that I was
guys.
seeing as I was going through social media and then going on the news sites and doing all the things. There's just lots to say, and also there's lots of videos I haven't watched. I watched some short ones, but there's people who've done full 20-minute walkthroughs of things and stuff. So feel free to add your own information in the chat if I miss anything here. Let's go through some stuff. Right, there was an opening ceremony with Natasha Rafalski, and they chose someone from Make-A-Wish to be the first guest. And then they had all the cast members kind of lined up on the stairs. It looked very, very... Do you know what it looked like? Do you know that song where Annie goes to Mr. Warbucks' house? I think you're gonna like it here.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
And there's all the maids up the stairs dancing and singing and looking smiley. That's exactly what it looked like. Of a room in a tomb where I sit and scream. Anyway, they were giving out hologram stickers. Can I all get a woo?
Whoa.
I love stuff like that. That's the kind of swag I want, these limited edition I was there moments. They've opened the new Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, but it's not called Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. Now, my spell check's done something here because I've put Bibbidi Hobbit on my thing, and I'm fairly sure that's not what I tried to type. It's now called My Royal Dream Makeover Boutique. This is possibly because it translates to other languages slightly easier than Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. But it does the same thing, and it's upstairs in the Disneyland Paris Hotel. I was wondering if it might be worth, because we were debating. Bonnie did it in Disney World last time, loved it, and I was like, do you want to do that again, Bonnie? She said, oh, well, I've done it once. She says, I would. It was amazing, but I've done it once.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. I think she's aware that it costs
Got
a lot,
the photos
costs a
with
lot of money.
Pascal on my
But I
head to
think
prove it.
while she's still 9 and before she grows out of it, if we go to Disneyland Paris while she's still 9...
She has to do it. You have to
I
do
think
it, Bonnie.
it might be worth doing in Disneyland Paris just to do a video and tell you guys what it's like, if anybody would be interested in that. Also, Bonnie's in the chat, so I'm wondering if Bonnie thinks that would be interesting. Anyway,
You can't make me do it, Mummy.
the AP entrance is now the Disneyland Hotel guest entrance instead. Boo. I'm sorry I'm all down on this, but we used to be annual pass holders, and then we let them expire, and then they took all the fun stuff away. And one of my favourite things was having a dedicated pass, because I'm not even going to pretend that I'm humble. I would just walk down going, see you later, peasants, and go in the gold-plated pass, and now it doesn't.
Dear, what terrible,
I know.
terrible attitude.
It's a terrible attitude. I don't care. It's the only little bit of glory I get.
Your
And they've
mother must be
taken
so
it
proud.
away unless we stay in the Disneyland Hotel and then we get our special entrance back.
Oh.
They know what they're doing. Disney know what they're doing, and they know how people like me work. Now then, the rooms have got... you see, this is in Lucie's priority, okay? So we did free stickers. Then we did Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. The Royal Dream Makeover Boutique. And now I have to tell you that the rooms have both USB-C and USB-A sockets.
What's USB-A?
It's the original USB.
Oh, the old one.
The old ones. And the new USB-C. So I'm like, what?
Is there a USB-B?
That's exciting
Yes.
to me. That's exciting
It's
to me.
which is USB-B? It's like a. Is it the one that's like a Kindle, but it's a little bit fatter? Is that a USB-B?
Oh.
I think it might be. Top of my head, I can't remember.
Is
but
it
yes, there is a
slightly
USB-B.
triangular?
No, it's really tiny.
Oh,
It's like tiny, like a C, like that, like on the Mac there.
interesting.
But any USB input is a USB-C input or a USB-A input. Anyway, if you get an adapter for it.
They've got the size yeah, if you have to bring extra hardware. But my phone cables now are USB-C on both ends. So it just saves me an extra bit of kit.
Yeah.
Straight into the wall. Exciting stuff. I don't know why that excited me so much, but it did. It's details like that. I'm like, oh my God, it's the future. Castle Club also have different lighting effects, like different light switches.
Not just on and off.
No, they've got twinkly. I don't know if this is what the electricians would call it, but they've got twinkly.
Strobe effects.
They've got like warm. They've got Rapunzel.
Not just like hair.
I don't know. The Switch had the Rapunzel's like logo on, so I just think that must be floating
I've
lanterns.
got green.
Oh, that's B.
Exciting.
Is it what- oh yeah, it's the one that
Hugh's
goes in the back
looking
of a
up
printer.
cables on the
yes,
internet.
it goes in the back of stuff like our
Printers, microphones.
UMC 404 here. Yes, that's
And
right.
USB Mini is that old one that like it's kind of like it comes in a bit at the sides.
Oh, that's the one that's like a Kindle, but Kindle ones have been squashed.
I
a
still
bit.
have one of those knocking. You know when you have to suddenly find one of those, you're like, oh, is it one of these? Oh.
They have a full fitness suite, a spa by Clarins, and a pool. It's honestly, I must not have been paying attention to my spell checker on here because I've put clarinet, spa by clarinet.
Too busy talking about USBs.
I know. It's because I was meant to be working and I was typing up notes for this and getting distracted. So, full fitness suite, spa by Clarins, and a pool. The pool was meant to be extended and changed and redone, and it hasn't been. It's been refurbished, it's been retiled, it looks brand new and gorgeous, but it's exactly the same pool that it used to be. It still looks beautiful, and that whole kind of area down there looks very swank. They've got like the wide corridors with the I can almost smell it, and I'm not there. It looks like a very expensive spa. So go for that if that's your kind of thing. Now then, again, this is all very telling what order I've put these things in because it's all by Lucie priority. We then have exclusive merch, including, importantly, Disneyland Hotel scented room spray and candles, so you can make your house smell like Disneyland Hotel.
But,
Say
but
what?
you can't afford to go there to know whether it actually does smell like that or not.
Yeah.
We will one day. Dooney and Burke, which has come up as Downey and Burkers. They've got Dooney and Burke handbags and things. They've got very high-end stationery, the kind of thing that's all monogrammed and nice thick cartridge paper kind of thing, and fountain pens and stuff like that. They also have shirts, t-shirts, little silk scarves for women, and pins and all sorts of things that you'd expect.
Champagne glasses.
Erebus champagne glasses
We
and
used
their
to
own
be,
brand of champagne.
We used to be apes knocking about in caves. Now look at us.
Yeah.
I've been getting this a lot lately. You know, it just occurs to you. You just think, what are we doing?
We got to watch it Bake Off today, didn't we?
It happened to me last week when I was scanning a bag of prawn crackers at Morrison's. I thought, what are we doing?
We've come a long way, baby.
And I said to Lucie, I said, we should all be farmers. This is ridiculous.
It was today we were watching Bake Off and someone was worrying about how thin the phyllo pastry was to make the baklavas, and we were all sitting there utterly enraptured, and then all of a sudden I went, this is bonkers.
We used to just eat animals with our hands.
We're apes. Right, where are we now? Oh, and then of course there is the Royal Banquet.
Oh yeah.
Restaurant, which is the buffet restaurant that used to be Inventions up in the big rotunda window
I
place.
saw a video of that this week.
Yeah.
Looks the same. Looks like they're gonna have the same pinch points and problems that they've always had.
The same L-shaped bit corners in the buffet.
I
Little
could not
points.
see any change in layout at all. I recognised
Lick of paint.
the dining rooms. I recognised the buffet, which is a bit of a problem, but we'll see. So they've got Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy all in their royal royal court garb.
Carp gowns.
Oh my goodness. This is hard work. What I liked is they've got a room that is all royal animals and a room that is all royal families. But like the royal animals have got portraits of the royal horses and the royal dogs and things like that, which I really liked. But you really get an idea of what their theme is now, because people, when it was first announced, people were a bit, oh no, you're taking away from the Sleeping Beauty thing that France is meant to have. But in the royal families thing, they've got like a family portrait of Moana's family with the chiefs, and
Make way.
like the people out of Wish, and they've got, so it really is, it's all about royalty and about that kind of centre thing. And it works, it really works, and it allows you to get a lot of different IP in there, a lot of Easter eggs that are going to make the die-hard Disney fans go, I know whose horse that is, and things, because they had the one out of Enchanted as well, the really like frou-frou horse with the big purple tail, and So it's quite niche, but it's all got its own theme. It's really, really lovely. Yeah, the Lumiere's restaurant, there was quite a long video on there that I was like, ooh, I will look at that before I go on the show. And I just didn't get time. But I did see they've got the mirrored ceilings, which would mess with your head.
You can look up and see your food.
Yeah, and these are the ones that have got tables that like interact with you, haven't they?
Eat me.
I haven't seen them in action yet, but I am quite excited to see that. So if anyone wants to tell me things about that,
Didn't they say that wasn't that just a gimmick for the presentation that they did, and not actually something that's going to happen on all of the tables?
this is what we need to know.
And certainly in those videos that have been released, where it's like a drone flying around all over the place, and the kids are all sat there around, the family sat around a table in Lumiere's table, and or whatever it's called, and they're all they're served food and they don't eat the food. They just sit there smiling and keep looking around, and the food just stays there. Nothing magical happens during that. But maybe.
Oh, the tables aren't interactive, Emily's told me.
There we
Well,
go.
that's my bubble
I told you.
burst.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you did just tell me. But I needed it. I needed 2 sauces. I'm like a good journalist should be. And Emily in the chat is a reliable source, I hear.
So am I.
I had
Apparently.
2 sauces on my lunch today. I did. Gareth says booked royal banquet for the day before my 40th.
All right, Gareth. You told us that on Facebook as well. Come on.
I'm going to seriously price this up when I go upstairs.
And then seriously say, yeah, that's not happening.
I don't know.
So I had a look, actually. I thought, do you know what? I could book that while we're there. So for the 4 of us to go for the royal banquet, it would cost us €300. For the 4 of us to go and do the Lumiere's table would cost us €360.
And also, we've all done inventions. And I know it's so cynical for me to say, same farts, different bed. But
Wow.
Oh, that's going to be a short.
Do you know what? I'm going to start writing down. I'm going to make a list, right? I like wine.
Is this T-shirt ideas?
Yeah, I like wine. This one from me. I like a bad burger.
anyway,
What was that?
same farts, different bed. So it's just, I like their outfits. But I'm not sure the dining experience itself would be different enough for me to warrant a week's wages on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm paying that much for a meal, I'm gonna. If there's anything wrong with it, I'm not a fussy in a restaurant ever, but I'm gonna want the absolute. I'm gonna demand perfection for that price.
Yeah.
And I'm going to make a bit of a stink if it isn't perfect.
Huey!
In which case,
You're
I want
becoming
you to book it.
I want to see you
go wrong.
demand perfection because you never
I
demand
demand
anything.
satisfaction.
Yeah, I'm one of those guys who I will say, oh, can I have this without the whatever? And they'll go, yeah, no problem. And it comes with the whatever. And then afterwards they go, was everything all right? And I go, yeah, it was fine. But in this case, I'll be like, no!
In the lobby, which, do you know what? We haven't talked about what it looks like. It looks gorgeous. And there was some cynicism about that chandelier, but I really like it.
The chandelier looks really nice. The artwork above the fireplace looks really nice. The rest of it looks like not as pink as it used to. I'm finding it really hard to get excited about the Disneyland Hotel because
you had it taken away from you.
Well, because it hasn't really changed that much.
No.
Really, it hasn't really changed, but it costs 2 or 3 times what it cost before. I'm not bothered about it.
Will
I
it
wouldn't want to
come
go there
down?
at that price point. I don't really care. I wouldn't want to go and stay there at that price point. The only benefit to me of staying in the Disneyland Hotel is that it is that close to the parks, and that is it. There's no other benefit to it for me. So
Will
why
it
would I
come
ever stay
down?
there?
What do we think? I think after the first 6 months, they'll struggle to fill these rooms and it'll come down. Having said that,
Yeah, it'll be like this Star Cruiser all over again.
I said that about
Marvel?
Marvel and
Yeah.
it hasn't done really.
No.
Not really. I mean, it's not quite. The first month or so, it really, really was eye-watering. Now it's just really, really expensive.
Ed Swan said the Fleur de Lis bar is a massive downgrade from Cafe Fantasia. It looks dull, doesn't it?
Do you know what it looks like? It looks like a business class airport lounge. As in, it looks moneyed, but it doesn't look creative.
That's happening right across the board with everything. Every upgrade they do, they just make it look corporate and dull.
Laura and I sat down to watch it because she's been quite excited for it to be done and to be able to get and see some videos and things. So we sat down and tried and watched a couple of videos, and the whole time I just kept thinking, I can't wait to take my kids to this. There's just nothing about it says like get there with your family. And then I know they've got these the whatever it's called now, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, whatever it's called thing, the royal get dressed up thing, and that's great, and the kids will love that, and I'm sure they'll love that library, which Andrew Palmer quite rightly says is just paper background and books.
I also wonder how long before that's
read
a bit
stories to each other,
scuffed, and you know when you get these little kids areas, well, just anyway, you even get them in like doctors' offices, don't you? And they just the paint on the walls and the edges of the chairs, they always look so scuffed and manky immediately.
True.
And to keep that to the standard you'd expect of a hotel in that price point, it would have to be painted every week for me.
Yeah, it's like when we went to that carvery just not too far from here, and we were sat in the kind of near the family area, and it was gross. It was gross. And I just said, we're not coming here again.
But in spite of all of this, and I know I'm being really grumpy about it, I just don't think it's for me. I just don't think it's been done for me. It's been done for other people, and so that's great. I'll stick to my Sequoia Lodge. Thank you very much. And
how
you guys
about the roaming characters in the lobby? Because we've had multiple princesses and we've had royal librarians. Roaming characters, darling.
I'm with you.
And the thing is, it's really hard to say because this is like opening day footage I was looking at. And they do say that that's going to be a feature of the hotel, is that there's going to be continuous entertainment. But I don't think we're quite seeing how that's bedding in yet. When it's the first week, you're probably seeing some special stuff, aren't you? Because they've got press and people.
Mercedes says, I worry the roaming characters are just for opening.
Yeah, that's what I was. Yeah, that's my thinking. Anyway, Mercedes is going to tell us. The Dunn family are going to tell us. You're all going there. You're going to tell us how this is. We will watch from afar. I think it might be worth getting Bonnie a booking at the I'm still calling it Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique.
Did you see what she
My
said?
Royal Dream. What did she say?
She said it's very expensive. ... But yes.
But for two reasons. A, because Bonnie loves it. B, because I can tell you guys how it is. C, so that's three reasons. It gets you in the door. You need either a hotel reservation or a reservation at Thing.
Yep.
And I think that'll probably get us in the door enough to have a look around and come back and report to you guys without having to spend tens of thousands of pounds.
It's not that much, Bonnie, if you're listening. It's not tens of thousands of pounds.
This is the thing. At the moment, we're only seeing what they want us to see, and gradually things will start to filter through, and there'll be more vlogs and stuff out there for us to be able to see what it actually is like, and maybe I'll get a bit more excited when I start to see some of that. But at the moment, I'm not very excited about it.
Speaking of vlogs, I uploaded a video today.
You did?
I've dropped it on all our socials. You should be able to find it. If not, it's on my personal YouTube channel, Hugh Rain, and it's my trip to the Disney 100 exhibition at Excel in London. It's 7 minutes, the usual silliness.
It's very good. I recommend it.
It's all right.
It's fun.
It's, just a little snapshot of.
And he's with another woman.
With 3 other women.
I just have to point that out because people might. There's a point where there's like an extreme close up, and people might think it's me, but think, "Oh, her voice is a bit different."
I kept filming Antonia really close up, and she was saying, "Why'd you put the camera that close?" She does a good rendition of the RESCUE song, which I didn't know she knew until she just banged it out on the day.
Oh yeah, I saw that bit.
The things you find out about colleagues on these days, honestly. Ed Swan says, we have early 90s trip camcorder footage of Mary Poppins meeting on those stairs, and it's carnage. No attendance, just a mob of people. Utter chaos. And then Mercedes adds, 90s character meet and greets were like that. I remember people mobbing Pocahontas on Main Street. Would never happen now. Do you know, this is one of those things that I think I remember, and then I'm thinking, did I remember that right? And that was just random meets and greets with no queues and no photopass photographers just there. And I think I do remember it. But yeah, if they are walking through now, they've got a very certain way of doing it where they don't break step, do they? They just keep on walking so they don't engage with anyone, and they've got attendants kind of pushing you back and things. But hopefully there's going to be some informal meeting in the Disneyland Hotel lobby. So that's all I've got to say about that, really, Chris. And I've given you 6 minutes to do 2 trip reports, and that's not going to happen, is it?
Well, I could probably do one, can't I?
Yes.
Audience trip roundup.
Just thought I'd put a proper P on the end of that. Today, we're going to hear from Alice Clements. Trip report.
Alice?
Yes.
Alice.
Trip
Hello,
report
Alice.
from Jimmy Clements. We might be hearing from Jimmy Clements on Alice Clements' account, I guess.
Yeah.
So it's one of you. Or maybe someone else.
The Clementses.
Clementines, yeah. 2 adults, 2 nights, 3 days in Cheyenne, travelling by car, ferry. Total trip cost £722. No dining plan, so I've included cost of the food we ate. Wow, this is going to be very detailed. Oh, and also, it's a list. Are you ready for this? We like
Listeners, his little face lit up then.
I like it. Right, day 1, Monday 11th of December, 12 midday. Left Blackpool to drive to Dover. Took our time driving with plenty of long stops on the way. Wow, this is like actual times. 10 to 1 in the morning. Dover to Calais on the DFDS ferry, slept on ferry. 2:50 drove to DLP. 6:30 arrived in Cheyenne. That's a long day already. Collected magic passes. Checked in and waited in the lobby for Starbucks to open. It was peaceful listening to the festive music. 7 o'clock ordered Starbucks, 2 caramel lattes. Cost $11.50. 7:30 brisk walk to park. 8:03 entered Disneyland Park. 8:10 rode Big Thunder, walk on. 8:30 Peter Pan, walk on. 8:50 Hyperspace Mountain, walk on. 9 o'clock Buzz, walk on. 10 o'clock went back to Cheyenne, all you can eat breakfast, 2 adults, cost $41.33. 11:20 brisk walk back to Disneyland Park. 12:15 watched Lion King, arrived 10 minutes before the show, plenty of seats available. 1 o'clock Phantom Manor, walk on. Sorry. Did you want to comment? Sorry.
No, that's just like must be January. Can get straight to
absolutely
Lion King.
Right. 1:30 Pirates, 15-minute wait. Boo.
Spoiled now at this point.
That's still a walk on for Pirates though, because it takes you 15 minutes to
walk
get
down
through.
there.
Yeah.
2 o'clock window shop down Main Street and in the village. 4 o'clock got text to say room was ready. Headed back to Cheyenne and had a little nap until 5:30. 5:40 brisk walk back to Disneyland Park. 6:15 shared 1 Mickey pizza meal from Bella Nota. Total cost $41.64. 6:40 It's a Small World, 5-minute wait. 7:10 watch Christmas Parade. 7:45 brisk walk to studios. 8 o'clock rode Remy, walk on. 8:30 waited for Power of the Night. 8:50 bad winds meant they announced no drones for Power of the Night, so we skipped that and headed back to the hotel.
No, have they done? Have they closed the park, opened and closed the park at this point? I know they've been back and forth, but
No.
okay.
9:30 ate at Cheyenne buffet, 2 adults, total cost $68.82. 10:15 went back to room and slept. That's a long day.
I hope the next day's got lots more brisk walking.
My favorite bit about that was had a nap until 5:30. 5:40 brisk walk. I can imagine them on the back and like waking up and going, it's time to go back.
Come along. Day 2. 7 o'clock woke up. 7:30
Brisk walk.
to Studios Park.
Yes.
8:04 entered the Studios Park.
Is there ever a leisurely walk on this list?
We shall see.
Okay.
Something to look forward to. 8:10 Crusher's Coaster, 10-minute wait including the ride.
What?
8:25 Spider-Man, no pre-show running as only 3 people waiting. 8:40 Flight Force, no pre-show, only 5 people on our train. The other trains going round empty. 8:50 Tower of Terror, 5-minute wait. 9:06 Parachute Drop to see view of Frozen construction, 5-minute wait. 9:30 RC Racer, walk on. 10 o'clock Rosalie breakfast, 2 coffees, 2 OJ and 2 pain au chocolat. Total cost $14.97. Okay service. Had to wait a long time for drinks to arrive. That It's because you had coffee. Great window seat for people watching. The coffee was actually really lovely when it arrived. I put when it arrived. They didn't say that. 10:30, walk to Val d'Europe shopping centre. Not briskly, though. But not leisurely either.
From Disneyland Paris.
Well, but it doesn't say where from. That's just what they did at 10:30.
We haven't done that walk. It is about 25 minutes, I think, and it's definitely something we would do.
Well, they had breakfast at Rosalie at 10 o'clock, and then at 10:30 they walked to Val d'Europe.
Yeah. Good.
12 o'clock, McDonald's at Val d'Europe. 2 Big Mac meals, total cost $13.46. 1 o'clock, walk back to the Disney bubble. 2:40, brisk walk to the park after dropping... Sorry, I got a bit stuck there with the time. 2:40, brisk walk to the park after dropping shopping off at room. 3:10, watched Mickey and the Magician, arrived 20 minutes early, plenty of space available. 4 o'clock, raclette baguette. Oh, that rolls off the tongue nicely, doesn't it?
Raclette baguette. Oh.
From the huts outside of Remy.
Oh.
2 of them cost $11.22 and shared 1 Christmas soup and 1 Coke from Laugh and Go car stand. Total cost £8.64. And then had chocolate-covered strawberries from the huts. Times 2, £10.37.
What's Christmas soup?
That's what I was
don't
about to
know.
ask. Christmas soup. And also it's from Laughing Cow, so I would presume that it's got...
Cheese in it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but I want it.
4:40, back to Disneyland Park and found a spot for the parade. 5:10, watched the parade by the castle. 6:25, Casa de Coco for 2 burritos, 1 nacho, 1 Coke and 1 hot chocolate. Total price £32.61. I love that you've converted this from euros, by the way. I'm guessing that's just because that's what came up on your
Revolut.
Revolut, yeah, exactly. 6:55, It's a Small World walk on. No 5-minute waits today. 6:25, watched Christmas Parade again, this time outside of It's a Small World. 7:53, walk to studios. Leisurely. No, just walked. 8:05, so that's 7? That's quite a long walk, actually. That was pretty leisurely.
To do all this, they must be like keeping really specific notes as they go.
I know, I'm impressed.
Because it's like, 8:13.
Do you know, in my
They've
head,
obviously just clocked it.
I'm not imagining that this has been written retrospectively. I imagine this has been written in advance and announced to his wife on the morning. This is the plan for today, darling. 10:15, we're going to do a brisk walk to Rosalie.
I think they just thought that these guys like a list.
Oh, we
So
love a
I'm
list.
going to clock all this. 8:05, sat inside Studio 2 with a hot chocolate to stay warm. £6.57 for 2 of those. 9 o'clock, watched Power the Night drone show. Amazing! In block capitals. 9:45, ended the night with bayonets times 2 and coffee times 2.
I think you mean beignets.
Yeah, do beignets. Yeah, go on.
Yep.
Sorry, just say bayonets.
It'll be the same spell checker that I've got.
1986 at Cheyenne's Bar. 10:30, back to room and slept. Day 3, 8:30.
Brisk walk.
Laid in. 9 o'clock, breakfast at
Tease
Chuck
me like
Wagon.
that.
I know. Cost times 2 adults, 41.47. How many Mickey waffles is too many? Asking for a friend. 10 o'clock, walk to Disneyland Park. Not briskly. 10:45, met Goofy and Pluto together. Waited 10 minutes. 11:10, met Minnie by Cowboy Cookout. No queue. 11:30.
Pluto and Goofy.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Together.
doggy combination.
No, we met Pluto and Goofy together at Christmas. We've got some really good photos of me and Bonnie's dressed as Belle, and it was really good meet.
I remember director Goofy.
No, it was Christmas. It was Santa Goofy.
Oh yeah, but were they like actually together?
Yeah, they were together.
That's just
Bonnie
weird, isn't it?
remembers, don't you, Bonnie? It was.
I do. It's just a weird combo.
It was so much fun because they're both so anarchic and so like giddy. It was a really, really fun meet and greet. I enjoyed that. Continue, Christopher.
11:10, met Minnie by Cowboy Cookout. No queue. 11:30, Mickey waited 50 minutes. However, the queue was inside in the warm with cartoons playing, so it went fast. We got talking to a cast member. This is a bullet point here. This is detail. We got talking to a cast member who advised they allocate 2 to 3 minits to each family for each meet and greet, so you don't feel rushed and can get all the photos and autographs. We personally think that the meet and greets are amazing at DLP, so worth the wait if that's a must do. 1:15, Walt's reservation, 3-course meal each and purchased the special edition pin. Total cost £129.20. 2:30, watched the bonus Christmas show around the tree with characters. 2:50, saw the princess bonus show on the castle stage as we walked past. Not much happens. They just come and do a little performance and walk off. Briskly. Doesn't say briskly. 3:20, shopped in Christmas shop in the castle and Fantasyland shops. 3:45, sat by It's a Small World for around an hour to rest where the parade starts, and saw many characters passing through. Ariel, Aurora, Captain Jack, Mulan, Pearl and Susie, Captain Hook, Goofy, Snow White, Cinderella, Rapunzel, Peter Pan and Wendy. They won't pose for photos, however. They do wave and interact, and it is definitely a character palooza. 4:50, walked down Main Street and said goodbye to Disneyland Park. 5:20, did some last-minute souvenir shopping in the village. 6:30, ended our trip with 2 festive hot chocolates and a relax by the fire in Sequoia. Total cost £10.45. 7:15, left Disneyland to catch the ferry home. We hope this was helpful, Jimmy and Alice.
That was excellent. I really enjoyed. I just enjoy a list. I also, it feels very real when you hear stuff like that. I'm just looking for the
Packed a lot in. I like that.
Pluto Goofy meet, which is here somewhere, but I can't find it.
Yeah, you did a lot there.
There
Fair play to you. Fair play.
Very well done.
We like to cram in as much as possible.
And thank you for the trip report. As I always say, if you'd like to send in a trip report, you can email it to mailbox@37disneystreet.co.uk.
Can you zoom in for cuteness? This is Bonnie, aged 3. Where am I? With Pluto and Goofy at the same time. Perfect.
There you go. Stop.
And look how happy and cute that little girl is. Yay. Funsies, thank you so much, Christopher. Right, I want to talk Granny Square.
Oh, quickly, because we're over time.
I know, well, I'm still going to talk about it. You can't stop me. So we've decided for charity for Dementia UK, we are going to do a Disney crocheted blanket for anyone who is a part of our community and can crochet. And to do that, we want to collect as many 15 centimetre by 15 centimetre squares. Oh, no.
We've got a green screen dilemma.
We do. So this is Mike Wazowski, as you might be able to tell, or not tell.
If we just make this side green on the image,
it just goes straight
it won't be perfect, but it will, at least it'll be the right colour.
Okay, it's not working. So that's Mike Wazowski. But I've done another one this week, and this is, who's this? It's Nemo.
I was going to say
However,
Marley.
I'm not happy with it because A, it's too big. It's not 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and B, I think it's a bit scruffy, so I'm going to redo it, and I'm going to redo it smaller. It took me a bit of working out how to do zigzag lines. So if you can crochet or are willing to learn to crochet, we want some kind of Disney theme. Doesn't have to be complex. We want it 15 centimetres by 15 centimetres, and once you've done it, email us a photo of yourself holding it, and we will give you an address to send it to. We don't want to give our postal addresses out willy-nilly for privacy reasons. Ooh. So we are kind of wanting people to commit to have done it first before you just all start asking for our address, and then we're just going to trust you. Because apparently people who are going to rob your house can't crochet.
Is that right?
I think so, yeah.
There we go.
And also, Katia, we're going to get your prizes out that you won a couple of weeks ago, probably 3 weeks ago by
on
now.
A Patreon show.
Yeah. They were down here behind some empty shopping bags, and we just all missed them. So we're going to get them off to you this week.
That's nice to know. Do you know something? We're 15. What do you call them on YouTube? Followers? I don't know. What's the word?
Subscribers?
Subscribers away from 3,000 now.
Oh, and we got 1,000 followers on Twitter today.
Did we?
I think we've had that before, but it dipped a couple, but now it's back to 1,000.
There we are. So if you're the kind of person who wants to subscribe or follow, do those things, because it's nice when people do that.
Kerry said, I've seen a Tangle design, but it's 11 centimetres by 11 centimetres. I would say if you put one more row on it, that it'll make it up to 15 centimetres. I don't know what the design is. Put a border on it. If not, just send me it and I'll make it work. I think I'm going to end up putting panels between panels and things anyway. Don't worry too much about it. It would make it easier for me in the end if they were all the same size.
This looks even better in real life than it did in the picture.
It's good, isn't it?
Looks great, yeah.
Well, the original picture I said I was posting last week, I posted the back of it
The
by
scruffy
mistake.
side.
And normally I would know, I would know better, but
that just shows how neat my
it's a
scruffy
testament to
side
how
is.
good the back was. But I updated all the images. I took it down.
I'm not as happy with the
Good lad.
Nemo one. I can do better and I will. Anyway.
What now?
That's it. Now we're going to do our Patreon show for people who are Patreon members. Don't forget that you can be a Patreon member, get even more chat from us for just £3 a week, help keep the lights on, help buy microphone cables.
Wouldn't you like to
and
be
things.
a pepper too?
And that's all I've got to say. So shall I sign off?
We might have some more of this Firemite
So
sauce.
I've been Lucy. These are the boys. Bye bye.
Peace.
Bye. We should do like.